I want to start by asking, and go with Josh, and then I'll kind of go down the list. But like, there's a lot of shows that kind of cover some of this coming of age stuff, small town characters in the age range, and some of these dynamics. But there are a few things that I think make this show stand out, and I've asked your other castmates as well how you feel you sort of imbued each character with something new and kind of unique, because I think you all really did. But I want to hear you talk about it. Maybe Josh, we can start with you and Harris.
Well, that's the thing. There was a lot of trust in his script and a lot of trust in Johnny's writing, that these characters would present one way, maybe for the first, two, three episodes, and then there's pivots and then there's subversions. So for me, it was sort of like I don't need to force anything for this character. I can just rely on this really well crafted dialogue and this narrative that does interweave really cool cars, flashbacks to this sort of robbery. Like, what's that? How's that tied to today? There's just something for everything in this show. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that no, for sure. And Harris has multiple dimensions as we
Mm.
find. Mia, I feel like with Alicia, she starts off like showing us a little more that there's more to her. But I'm curious to hear you talk about how you approached it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear that Alicia is somebody who's dealing with a conflict, and she's torn between these two people. I also think that she's somebody who's dealing with a conflict within her, internally. I think she really does feel like an outsider on the inside, but while she's aware of her privilege and social standing and what have you. But I was really excited to kind of explore her kind of mystique, I guess, in that way, and yeah, kind of figure out her sort of independent nature. I think she really is somebody who is independent, and she's got a lot of things happening in her mind, and that's always fun for me to do, to work with.
Yeah, for sure. And she's also kind of like stuck in a role in a world that she wants to
Right.
expand past, and you can really tell.
Yeah.
Drake, I feel like Ray, he's kind of a bad guy, bad boy image a little bit. He's a tough guy, but there's more going on there. It's got to be a lot of fun to play.
Dude,
Even in the smaller scenes, I can tell you're having a good time. But can you talk a little bit about how you approached it?
Yeah, man. No, it's been a blast. That was one of the things that drew me to the characters. I've never gotten to play like the bad guy or the bad boy in the show, you know. So that was fun and lent itself to a lot of fun scenes, even like you said, the small ones. But yeah, I was really drawn to the relationship with Curtis, like Ray's younger brother, played by
Yeah.
Uriah. And that was really important to me because I feel like, you know the show you have these massive set pieces, you have these huge races, but like the races carry no weight if the emotional backing isn't there. And so in order to do that, it's all the scenes where it's not the cool set piece, that's what's important. And so like
Yeah.
building the relationship with Uriah and that pull into this darkness was really important to me. I wanted to like tell a proper brother story. That's where I connected with Johnny, and I feel like we got to really go at it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to actually hear you talk about another project of yours on the horizon, at least, is Prison Break. A lot of our people are huge fans of the original, and I'm curious if you have anything you can share sort of about jumping into that and expectations, and also, what it was like.
Dude, it's gonna be nuts. That's all. That's really like, there's not a ton I can say. But I've gotten the first episode. I've gotten the pitch for like a multi-season show, and it's like the same with Motorheads. It just reminds you of like quality TV that used to be. Like I just miss that stuff, and it's gonna be really really fun. I'm excited. We leave in like 2 3 weeks to get out there and start filming, so it's gonna be fun.
Nice. Mia, is there anything as you were going through the stories that really shocked you, like character development wise? Like, because there are twists, in the story. Were there anything you read and you were like, oh, wow, that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I the twist at the end with I don't know how much I
Yeah, be careful. Talk around it if you can.
yeah, there's a decision that's made that is kept a secret that I, when reading the script, was very surprised by. And kind of once you finish the season, like it really sets you up for a season 2 being very complicated. It feels like it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's awesome because you always want to draw interest out, right?
Yeah.
Totally agree. Josh, the set pieces, you play a role in these, and I'm curious to hear you talk about shooting them and having fun with that and what the demands are, kind of, and how it's different than the rest of making the rest of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all such key parts of the show, and also don't want to spoil anything, but Drake and I are also in a pretty cool set piece towards the back, and it's just sort of they're not set pieces for set pieces' sake. Like it's not just cars. It's sort of like they're very informative to the larger narrative. The car races and these really awesome huge set pieces, they're integral to what's happening off the track as well. So the story, it's not like let's pause the story and show you some cool cars. There's no distinction between the two. And that's a testament to Johnny's writing. Yeah.
Yeah. How much did any of you guys know about cars or racing prior to this? Anything and no, nothing?
The
Anybody?
wrong group. Yeah. This is the wrong.
Yeah, we've been this is the non-car.
How much do you know now is the question then? Like, do you guys feel like you know it all, or you're like enthusiasts? Did it change your perspective?
It's funny. It's like I feel like I almost, because you're so kind of flooded with so much new information. At least I was with this show. It's like, do I know more now or do I know less now? Like, am I more? I thought I knew something about cars. I definitely don't. But now I know all of this. But it's so much. I'm like, okay. I feel like I'm overwhelmed. But yeah.
So none of you just went out and started drag racing after the first season.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah, we
On
talk
or
about
off the record.
underground activities. Seriously.
Well, guys, thanks so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. Show's great. So keep it up and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, George.